everybody, this is Elizabeth from Silvernest Homeschooling, mama for homeschooling a 7th grader using MEL Chemistry science boxes. These were found and gifted to me, so I got about, I think, 7 boxes, and they have a variety of different kinds of experiments. And the problem is, I've been discovering, is they don't have any linear way of actually explaining anything. The experiments are great. The kids, I have some other kids that are joining in, absolutely love them, begging for more of them. But the understanding behind the concepts have been a little difficult. So this is how we have adjusted it slightly. First of all, we have created these scientific method sheets, which are a little difficult to use with this particular chemistry program because they do give you all the information, but not quite in the order that we were hoping for. And they already kind of tell the kids what's going to happen even before they do the experiment, which is kind of a bummer because you'd like them to be able to come up with their own hypothesis before that. So that's been a little tricky. But the other thing we're going to do is, so like this one is how will it burn? It's talking about hydrogen. So I'm adding to explain to them. I've got happy atoms here, but you could do your own any way you wanted to. I'm explaining to them the idea of the hydrogen atom, and then we also last time used subatomic to explain to the quarks making up the atom, and so that board game helped us with that. And so every time I get on an experiment, I'm trying to find a way to link it back to what we've already done. So the last 2 weeks we played subatomic to explain how that part of chemistry works. And then we've also did 2 science experiments before that linked and talked about different kinds of atoms as well. And then this day, I'm also going to be reading Chemistry, the Basics to them to help them understand and kind of have something to grasp what is an atom, atomic structure one more time so that they can get that in. And as we go into this, chemical bonds, that kind of molecules, we will be reading through this, not all of it at the same time, obviously, but just a little bit at a time each week. And then we will start playing the game periodic, which will help us understand the periodic table as we add more elements to our group. Now, the one comforting thing for me about this class is my job is to teach these kids how to do the scientific method on this piece of paper and how to experiment a variety of science things so that they're excited about science. Introduce them to concepts that they will then taste in high school and not be afraid of. And so they will get this information again. They've also received this information. You could say, well, why don't you just get a textbook and take them through the textbook, or a really good curriculum and take them through the curriculum. My child has gone through 6 years of apologia with my mom, and she is really well versed in lots of different areas in science. She also will be going to some really great teachers starting next year with the 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade science classes of biology and chemistry and all those things. And so there's some really great classes coming up. But I remember when I was taking those classes, they were hard for me to understand the concepts because they were new to me. So I have already taken my other child through this method where I spent a year playing, trying things, experimenting, learning about science they were interested in. And that actually helped them when they started dealing with a lot of these concepts because they'd already tasted it in a kind of fun way. Happy Atoms in general is a program where you build different molecules by putting them together, and then you can take pictures of them with an iPad, and they will actually show you if you made a real molecule or not, and do some playing around with the iPad. So we might get that out and do that again as well. But for today, I just wanted them to kind of see, this shows the different bonding that will happen and that kind of stuff. But on top of that, of course, we are using Gather Round for my 7th grader that the other kids are not coming in participating with. And so we're just doing a botany unit. So yeah, it's a little bit all over the place, but for us it works. But I didn't like just the experiment. Maybe I'm too much of a teacher, so I felt the need to add in these other things. If you have anything that you've added into MEL Chemistry to help it make more sense for your kids, I would love to hear about it. If you could type that in the comment below for me, I would so appreciate it. I do really like them, and the kids really like them, but there is no sequential order to it, and that is really driving me nuts. So I have done board games. I have done Happy Atoms. I have not tried these with this system, and so maybe that's the problem child. However, they are loving it, so we'll see. when we blow up stuff today, how that goes. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.